So what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts, a Saiyan raised on Earth Goku, and this is your standard issue Goku. He's one of the cheaper figures. That didn't stop me from paying double because I couldn't find one, and no matter what, I was paying $90. Which sucks because he is typically a $34.99 USD, $48.99 Canadian figure, but I'm a bit late, so I had to put up with the Emisted tax. And I tried, I went on eBay, ordered two, they both got canceled. I then decided, I guess I'm not getting one, because I just couldn't do it. I went and ordered the superhero Broly from Amazon from a place called Oyo, which I checked to see if it was legit. It was. I went back on eBay, where they had a store. And it just so happened they had a Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku there for around the same price. So I went and I purchased that one. But as far as it goes, we're starting off with the box shop, because why not? It's a very nice box. I love this Figuarts box. This, I believe, is the reissue version, mostly just because of the sticker here. It has the smaller quality sticker instead of the large foil one that's typically over here. On the back of the box, it does have this label, which I'm guessing is the European version of the, like, bluefin label, which is interesting. And as far as it goes, that's what he looks like in the box. And getting the tray out of the box, it honestly isn't that impressive. I feel like there's a lot more room in there for some stuff. There's this whole, like, empty space up here, which I feel like they could have put something there. He only comes with 3 alternate faces, and then all of his hands are here, in which he only has 3 sets. And I say 3 sets, he has 2 unique hands, one of which being this waving hand, and the other one up here being the instant transmission hand. But as far as it goes, to get them out, it's pretty simple. You just remove the front packaging like usual, and there goes the hands. That one wanted to go anyway. I'm trying to find it. I have found it. That's one of his stance hands, is it? Yes, it is. But as you can probably tell, what's unique about him to me, comparatively to most of them, is he comes out of the box with an alternate hand upon that being the waving hand. So he looks like this, which is intriguing. And I like it. It's more of like a friendly Goku. I love this pose. I was actually thinking of leaving him like this, which is kind of unbelievable because it's a perfect pose. It's what I think of when I think of Goku. Happy-go-lucky, naive. You know, this is exactly what I would expect out of Goku. But when he needs to get serious, he gets serious. Type of thing. And as far as it goes, this is your basic Goku. Just putting the arm down here real quick. I mean, as far as it goes, the hair is pretty much perfect in my eyes. I don't have any issue with that. Turning him around, he has the lettering back here, which again, not sure if that's Turtle or one of the other ones, because it does change throughout the course of Z. This one, I believe, is based off of Z and not Super. I am not sure on that, though. And as far as it goes, just wonderful looking. The boots are always one of my favorite things, because they're probably one of the most detailed parts of Goku's design, which is really weird. Because for the most part, obviously, he's just orange, and then he has the blue undershirt, and then the blue belt, and then the wristbands. But the boots are always well painted and detailed on most figures, where they have the orange soles, the lace around there, along with the yellow, and then the dark blue. They look great. He does have some shading on his pants, which you can kind of see there. It's a little bit darker. It looks really good. It also appears a little bit up here. One thing that's a little weird is the shoulders. They kind of have like these shoulder pads for the shirt there, which looks a little funny. But what are you going to do? As far as it goes, I mean, it's just the perfect representation of Goku, in my opinion. He just looks phenomenal. But one thing I want to note before we get to the accessories, you're probably noticing he looks a little more yellow on camera. Like, he's not, like, you know, what you would expect probably the skin tone to be, which is a little weird. It only happens on camera. Every review of this guy notes it that I've watched, where he looks more yellow on camera than in person, which is really weird. I don't know what happens. Like, I'll just get Vegeta in here to compare because they're pretty similar. And there's Figuarts Vegeta, who, like I said, is a little weird. Like, he's, like, this, they're pretty much the same color in person. He's a little bit, like, darker, I think. He's a little more pale than him. He's a little more, like, tannish. But the skin tones are pretty close. The same thing as you can see kind of happens to Vegeta's arm as well there. That doesn't look that bad in person. That is painted. This is sculpted in white, so that's why. But it's a little weird. They don't look that different in person, though. He's a little more pale, but not by much. So to start Goku's accessories, we have his hands, which are pretty basic. You get your fisted pair, your stance hands, which are his typical fighting stance, and then your open grip. But he does come with the 2 more unique ones, as I mentioned, the waving one, which he has out of the box, and then an instant transmission hand, which is also right. So he gets 2 more right hands than that, but for the most part, he has 3 sets of hands, which is a bit of a shame, honestly. That's a little meh to me that they only gave him 3 sets. I wish they had gave him maybe another one. He doesn't have, like, Ki Blast hands, which is interesting. He doesn't come with those. Really odd, in my opinion. So the next thing to take a look at with Goku is the faceplate, starting with his default face, which is the happy face. It's, like I said, it's the perfect encapsulation of Goku. I love this face. Actually, I don't know if I did say that in the review. This is like the 3rd take. But this is probably my favorite of the bunch. It's just so good. I love it. It's really nice. And again, changing faces. I always do it at least once. Very easy. Remove the bangs. You can then remove his faceplate. And then put on another one. And ta-da. Flip those up again. And there we go. And this is his more serious face. It's a more neutral face, but he does look quite serious in it. This is the you're getting on his bad side type of thing. And I do quite like this face as well. This is the one I do display him with, because I have a more of a battle pose. Next up, we have the teeth gritting face, which comes with pretty much every figure. They all come with the same thing, pretty much, which is one neutral face, one kind of odd face, and then you get your teeth grit, which, you know, pretty good one. And then the next face, which is the yelling face, or the power-up face. You know, it's the power-up face, in my opinion. You know, you could be doing something. I like this face, too. I mean, they all come with it. Like I said, it's a little strange. They just all come with the same couple faceplates. It's the same thing. It's this one teeth grit, neutral face, and then one random of their choice. Broly has a crying face. I know what it's from, but it's just strange. But yeah, as far as it goes, let's get into the next thing, which would be the articulation. And for Goku's articulation, it is really good. He has a ball joint in the head. The neck has the typical joint, which allows a bit of a head tilt, and forward and back. It does have forward and back at the elbow, a butterfly joint, which is a little more restricted because of this shoulder pad. Shoulder pad does move with the arm. It does kind of limit it. It only goes out that far. He does have double elbows, like every other figuarts figure. A ball joint at the wrist, so there is a swivel. But the joint can also be rotated, so you gain access to an up and down, or a side to side. The front of the belt here, where it's tied, is on, I believe, a ball joint or a just peg joint. I am not sure. His legs do kick forward and back, but they do kind of go outward when you kick them backwards. He also has this weird little shell part, which I'm pretty sure is a pretty divisive thing. Outward, that shell part does restrict it. Double knees, which looks really nice. The sculpt kind of continues a little bit. We then have the ball joint at the legs, allowing for side tilt, forward and back, and then, of course, a toe bend, which only goes upward. Sometimes they do go down. I don't know, you want them to go down, but they can sometimes. And as far as it goes, that's the articulation on Goku, so let's just get to my final thoughts. And as far as my final thoughts go on Goku here, I don't really have any issues with him. The only thing that I would say is the issue is I wish he came with more, but he's the basic figuart figure. He is in that basic grouping, but at the same time, in that basic grouping, there is the Naruto, which came with a whole heap of things. That Naruto comes with like a kunai, crossed arms, like 5 sets of hands, the Rasengan apart. Like, it comes with a lot more. I wish he came with more. He doesn't come with enough. But the thing with this figure, and this is probably the worst part, this is the base Goku. There's a bunch of upgrade packs that exist. There's one that's like effect pieces for like swooshes. There's another one, I'm not sure if it's out or upcoming, which is the instant transmission Kamehameha pack, I'm getting that one just so I can have the Super Saiyan head, pretty much. And then there's also the one that's like, it has like a table and chairs and like bowls and food and everything. That one's really neat as well. But this here, in my opinion, is just, it's a really good figure. And if you can get him for the basic price or cheaper, 100%. Don't do what I do and pay too much for it. I don't care. He was worth it, in my opinion. I love this thing. He looks great. He's better than the other one, which was the Dragon Stars one. That was my other Goku for a bit there. But this guy is just amazing. I couldn't recommend him enough. But as far as it goes, that's really it for my review of SH Figuarts Goku, a Saiyan raised on Earth. This has been Elf Out Elite, signing out.